Fantastic.
Thanks for joining us today. We are tackling a topic which I think will resonate with a lot of people. It's
Absolutely.
all about having that moment of a great idea popping into your head and then
Eureka moment.
what next?
Yeah.
How do you actually get it from your head to the screen and to market in a timely fashion and in an effective fashion, a fashion that's going to actually work? Adam, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Zan. You are the fashion icon of the world. So we're talking about bringing fashionable things to market, right?
Right, sure.
Right.
Let's do that. Okay. So talk us through a little bit more the problem that we're facing here
Okay,
today.
so the problem is you've got a great idea, you want to sell something, a product or a service, you want to improve your business, no doubt you're thinking of some hole in the marketplace that you can actually fill, and you're excited. That's a great thing. But of course, typically most people are pretty busy doing what they already do. Every single day they're very busy, you're finding yourself inundated. Now, what's the cause of all this busyness? Well, that's a whole episode in its own right, but what you'll find, of course, is that the web gets faster,
Yes.
more emails get sent,
Yep.
more Facebook messages, more Slack messages, there's more pinging coming your way every single day. So the act of doing a job, which is also influenced by global competitive pressures, is getting harder and harder. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah, so as a result, there's less time in the day to actually do what you're expected to be doing, let alone add to that with some innovation and some growth.
It is a tough one, isn't it? The old time management problem, we hear it all the time, and it's that, do I answer my emails?
I don't have time to hear it anymore.
Do I answer my emails through the day, or do I leave that for night time?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
How do I schedule
Emails
my...
create emails, of course.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's problematic. All right, so let's give the viewers a real life example of what we're talking about here. So I'm a marketing manager and I want to launch a new product.
Yep, have a great idea.
Yep. What do I've got all these thoughts. I want to have an event. I want to have a campaign on Facebook.
Yep.
I want to.
Now, the number one problem, of course, you're going to face is that if you try and do all this yourself, you're adding to an already at capacity workload, and that's going to be very tough to do. And so that's where you need to start considering, right, do I actually want to get this great idea to come to market or not? And when you come to that realization, then you've got to be thinking, right, specialization. What is it that can be done to make this successful that I don't have to do? And this is where we come into play as a business from an outsourced marketing point of view. Is that it's not just about marketing, it's also about accounting, all the various different bits and pieces that you need to actually get and mobilize that particular great idea to get it to market. But what can be guaranteed is that you are going to have a website, you are going to have some copy, you're going to have some assets, some social media assets. So the process of starting that great idea, or starting that new product, or starting that new service is going to require a fair bit of marketing, and the chances are very high that you don't actually know what you're doing if you are going to try and do it yourself. And yet we see it so often that people who don't know what they're doing start going ahead and doing this stuff in the marketing world and do it badly.
Yeah, the effectiveness of it is just not achieved, and so therefore the actual idea never gets the correct recognition that it probably should have.
No, and not only that, the idea may well be a good one, but it just doesn't make it.
Well, that's
okay,
it.
and so we're really talking startup, disruptive sort of side of things here, where yes, we get that there's a shoestring budget, but it doesn't take much to get professional advice to make the difference. Now, for some strange reason, marketing is not taken as seriously as legals and accounting side of things are. So, for example, you wouldn't dream of listing your company without having a lawyer on board and an accounting person to help you with all the things you need to list. Okay, but plenty of people try it with minimal marketing budget, and that's just a massive way to fail.
Excellent. So you're obviously talking about the kingdom and how we can help people in this space.
Sort of. I'm really relating it to a lot of experience I had from the other side as a salesperson, encountering a lot of this stuff where people are thinking they can do their own marketing. It's like, you have no idea what we've learned over 25 years.
Yeah.
And we often see, and I guess one of the big problems we solve as a business is that in the situation of not knowing what you're doing, you make lots of assumptions about what actually does happen, and we see this all the time. In fact, we are backed up by having a platform like HubSpot that allows us to make sure that the assumptions we're making are actually proven or disproven, and so it can be tested. So the analytics are what make the difference there. So big challenges.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you mentioned HubSpot. I was worried you weren't going to.
Why?
Well, just because it now lets us talk more
HubSpot
freely about the fact that HubSpot enables us to make those things happen so easily for clients.
It does, yeah. As an outsourced marketing company, we're able to be an outsourced company at a really good price. Typically what you would pay for marketing professional because HubSpot provides us the foundation to actually go ahead and get stuff done quickly and effectively with analytics. That's super powerful. But that is a bit of a plug for what we do.
Well, it was a little bit, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we've talked about specialisation. We've talked about the fact that you've got to actually appreciate that one person can't usually do all of the bits that are necessary. So
no, and we know that from a fact, just because the because the team we have here is made up of many different special people that are brilliant people that are doing special things, specialised things from UX design, web creation, coding, social media, writing, so much that goes into being a marketing agency. And one of the things that comes up here is if you actually want to get any kind of return on investment, return on ignorance doesn't work. So ROI does not mean return on ignorance. ROI means investing, actually taking the money and saying, right, we're going to put this into play and we're going to make it happen. Because the other thing that happens, of course, while you're not doing your own PowerPoint-based logo and not doing your own marketing, is you're actually able to go and do the other things that are going to bring the products or service to market faster. Or you're able to go and work at your own job, doing a better job of making money there to fund the other things, or go and speak to some investors and present the whole idea that you have so that can then get the funding to do it properly.
What we find too is a bit of an age-old adage here, problem shared is a problem halved. So by actually sharing your great idea with us, we were able to then contribute other ideas to help that idea grow legs and actually get some leverage, whether it be on social media or
we totally see people just blowing money out of their fist that just we've done that before. Okay, so one of the benefits of having had lots of experience and time for any business is that you've seen it before and you've seen what does and doesn't work. And so that's a huge advantage when it comes to speaking, not just with us but with all specialists, and making sure that you're not going to make the same mistakes that somebody else has made before.
Exactly. And Adam, I'm sure in your many years of experience in the marketing and sales game, you've experienced the moment where someone picks up the phone in a bit of a panic and a flap and has realised that what they're going about achieving isn't actually working and they need some advice over the phone on the spot.
Absolutely.
Quick, help me out.
Totally. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is the cost of what you're about to do. A lot of people put a lot of money into those mistakes and then wonder why it doesn't work. It's like, well, there's 20 reasons why that we can tell you in the first 10 minutes. And so that all comes from accumulated knowledge. In the same way that I would never go ahead and operate on my own kidneys if I've got a kidney infection. I would never, just because I own a toothbrush doesn't make me a dentist. And I would really go and read up all the law books in the library to represent myself in a law case. So,
absolutely.
You'll find that there's specialisations exist for a reason, and marketing's no different.
Very good. A little bit of planning sometimes does go a long way. So if you do have a great idea out there and you're not entirely sure about how to go about getting it to market, pick up the phone or drop us an email. We'd love to be able to throw some of our ideas around with you and see if we can't help you.
Especially because a lot of the things, I think an important gauge for consultants if they've done it before. And so ask that of any consultant, have you done this before? Because typically the answer will be, yeah, we have, or these are things like that I've done before that gives me the credibility and understanding. So that's a key question to ask. Absolutely. If they haven't done it before or haven't done something like it, it's a bit of a warning bell, because that means they're also going into uncharted territory and using you as a potential learning tool.
Fantastic. Awesome. So today we're going to talk about our app of the day. Well, we talk about this every day, but the app of the day today is a really, really interesting one.
Well, it's not an app.
Well, it's
sort of like an app.
It's the inbound marketing certification, which is available to everybody on the HubSpot website. It's free. Like I said, it's available to everybody, and it really is worth checking out. So you mentioned a couple of episodes ago that HubSpot essentially invented inbound marketing. Yep. So what better place to learn about inbound marketing than the HubSpot website itself? It's a certification that comes with a series of videos that you can study to learn up for the exam, which takes about 90 minutes. It's not easy, but it's really beneficial.
Yeah. There's about 8 to 10 different topics. Yeah. Transcripts are in there. You've got forums to get help from. You've also got slides. You've got video. It's a really big learning environment.
It really is.
And then we have to take those certifications as HubSpot partners every single year. And so we're very familiar with the experience, but it's definitely something we recommend for our clients. But it's totally a really good spot to get some great marketing ideas about inbound marketing, which is a super powerful way to get your content working for you.
Absolutely. And if there's any marketing students out there, we've discussed this at length, but inbound marketing is not being taught anywhere. So jump online and give it a crack.
Get a competitive advantage.
And then give us a call.
Yep. jobs, hiring.
Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
always. All right, thank you for joining us today. 31st of August. We are rolling into September tomorrow. Spring is in the air. We're getting excited. We will see you then.
Rolling?
Was I?
Yeah, no, that's what we should be.
Rolling on. Rolling into spring. The Kingdom Live. You can see our previous episodes at thekingdom.com.au/the-kingdom-live on our website. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks, bye.